Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be covering inner corners. As you can see, our gorgeous model Grace has her lashes already installed, so this will be a fill basically, but I did want to show you how I work with inner corners. As usual, we are going to start with isolating the bottom lashes. For today's guest, I want to show you what happens when we apply eye patches. Usually eye patches work on every guest, but since Grace has deep set eyes and a prominent nose bridge, the pad lifts, causing the patches to also lift her natural lashes, making it difficult to isolate. For this type of situation, you want to make sure that you use medical tape. I am doing the triangular method. If you guys remember, we do have a video on this and I'll link it down below. Now, as you can see, this does not push her natural lashes up, which will make it easier to apply eyelash extensions. In this area, you do not want to put a lot of eyelash extensions at once because they are very tiny natural lashes, and if you put too many at once, they will get stuck together. I am going to do the end here, and as you can see, I am using both tweezers. Now that I have separated the lash, you want to make sure that you apply the extension the way the natural lash grows. Another thing is not applying the extension too close to the lid. Be mindful of the bottom lashes so that you do not stick them to the bottom hairs. Otherwise, you will have to unstick lashes from the top to bottom, and that is a little more difficult. You can always use some type of fanning to dry the lashes when it comes to the inner corners, so that you can continue working and not having to worry about them sticking together. As you can see, I am starting with the easier lashes, which are longest and the most visible. This will really make it easier. I believe we spoke about this in the previous video. Sometimes when I am working with the inner corners, I will leave the eyelash extensions isolated. You can use, like I said, something to dry the eyelash extensions. This can be a handheld fan, this can be an eye patch bag, or something that will allow you to fan it out. I am going to pick up the handheld fan and dry it. We are using the handheld fan today because we are focusing on this specific area and we just want it to dry and not have to take time to separate the eyelash extensions. Remember that this part is the most sensitive area out of the whole lid, so if the extensions are sticking together, the guest lash will become sore very quick and it will be very uncomfortable for her. The pattern is very simple, as you can see. You separate the lash, you apply the extension, you keep it isolated and fan it out, and then you look for the next lash. You have to be very aware. As you can see, I applied one extension and there is a tiny lash that got close because it was tilted. In these cases, what you want to do is you want to stick the tip of the tweezer in between the extensions and the natural lashes and just slide it up. You are able to do this only when the extension hasn't fully dried. If the extension has dried, then you will have to use other methods such as the pull apart or the pop off or the banana peel depending on your situation. We also have a video on that. So if you guys want to look at the position that I'm in, my hand naturally separates this way. When it comes to the inner corners, I have to bend my hand in a very uncomfortable position. The reason why I shift my body is because this way, my hand is just straight. Now that I've shifted my body, it does allow my hand to flow naturally. I am very comfortable and it is not sore or strained. I am using the same technique with the Chiquiticas or Foxy 2.0. You know those are my favorite. In the last video, we were talking about doing the easier lashes first. The easier lashes, as you guys may know, are the most visible, long ones. And right now you will see why it is important to do those first. So now that you have the longer and easier lashes full of extensions, you will see that it is much easier to separate and find smaller ones. As you can see, there is a tiny lash visible, but now it is easier to isolate due to the longer lashes already having extensions, making the tweezer able to isolate without having them falling under the tweezer. You see, now I'm having such an easy time separating the lashes and finding them. You just want to make sure that nothing is getting stuck, so I'm using the handheld fan. I'm just going to look for other possible lashes. There are some very tiny ones in the inner corner. I do not like to lash these because they are way too close to the bridge of the nose and the lid and will become uncomfortable every time they open their eyes and they will start rubbing. So anything too close to the inner corner, I do not apply extensions to. Anything that is still away from the nose bridge or the lid, I will lash. And I will make sure that I am not using long lashes in the inner corner as well so that this does not happen. While you are allowing these to dry, you can move to the middle lashes or jump from box to box. Since we are just focusing on the inner corners, this is why we are just bouncing within this same box and fanning them out. By the way, I am using the 14 millimeters in the center and 13 and 12 in the outer and inner corner, and I am doing a doll eye. In this part, as you can see, I have two natural lashes which are pointing in different directions. When you encounter this situation, you can lash both of them if they're close to each other. Since they are naturally facing different ways, they will most likely dry without sticking to one another, but you do want to supervise them and make sure that they're not sticking together. And I'm just going to finish her eye area. Once we are done, I want to show you how she looks so beautiful and her lashes are so full. As always, I really hoped you enjoyed this video and found this to be very helpful. Please let us know if there's anything else you guys would like for us to cover. Let us know in the comment section below if you would like for us to cover other topics, and we will get working on that for you. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to help other lash techs. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye!
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so that you guys are notified whenever we post another video.